accordingly to make up for the money that you're losing. You know, they say that luck comes and goes, but skill lasts forever. Keeping that in mind, I thought I'd show you a couple of methods of cheating at cards. Well, actually, cheating is such an ugly term. Let's say I'll show you some methods, some techniques that can be very useful in a card game. First, however, I have to memorize the order of the entire deck. I have to memorize the exact position of every card in this deck before we begin. It's a very time-consuming process. I apologize in advance. I wish I didn't have to do this, but I do, so I ask your indulgence. I'll try and get it over with as quickly as possible. I have to memorize the position of every single card in this entire deck. Okay, done. I'm going to show these cards to Laura in a moment. And when I do, Laura, I want you to think of any card that you see. And I can honestly say it does not matter to me what card Laura thinks of. But what I want to show the audience is just not going to be very impressive if she thinks of a card near the top of the deck or near the bottom of the deck. So if you ignore the top dozen or so cards and the bottom dozen or so cards, we'll be fine. And that still gives you more than half the deck, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So think of a card that you see in that fan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one in your mind?
Yes.
Okay, Laura. Name the card.
9 of hearts.
The 9 of hearts, well, of course, the 9 of hearts is 27th from the top of the deck. In other words, right about here. I mean, roughly. I'm just guessing. I'm not sure. You know, it occurred to me, some people might not believe that that 9 of hearts is exactly 27th from the top of the deck. Mm-hmm. So I'll prove it to you. If I were to cut off exactly 27 cards, and then the 9 of hearts is right on the bottom, that proves that the 9 of hearts is 27th from the top, right? Right. Okay, so I will cut off exactly 27 cards. I'll cut off exactly 27. Do you know what just occurred to me? Mm-hmm. There may be some people in this audience who don't believe there are exactly 27 cards there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll prove it to you. Let's count them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 cards exactly. You know, it just occurred to me, there may be some people in this audience who don't actually believe that that's the 9 of hearts. I'll prove it to you. The 9 of hearts, the 27th card from the top. You know, being able to instantly memorize a deck of cards is a useful thing in a game. Being able to cut off any number of cards you want is a useful thing in a game. But what would really be useful in a game is to be able to deal yourself any card you want. In other words, if the 9 of hearts were the one card in the deck I needed to fill my hand, I knew it was 27 from the top, to be able to actually deal it to myself directly from the middle of the deck. Now that requires a legendary technique called center dealing. And before I perform the center deal for you, Laura, I want you to check to make sure that you can see that 9 of hearts still in the middle, that it is indeed still in the middle of the deck. Can you see the 9 of hearts? I'll spread them more if you can. You can see the 9 of hearts. And it is in the middle, right?
Yes, it is.
As a matter of fact, it's right between the 9 of diamonds and the Queen of clubs, right?
Right.
Like I say, being able to deal yourself that 9 of hearts is the really challenging part. That's what I'm going to attempt, to deal the 9 of hearts directly from the center of the deck using the center deal from the center. If I do it correctly, it should look like that. I'll put it back where it came from, right between the 9 of diamonds and the Queen of clubs, right?
That's right.
Now, you know, the really hard part, though, is not being able to memorize the deck of cards, cut off any number of cards you want, or even deal yourself a card from the center of the deck. The really hard part is that before every hand, they're going to shuffle that deck of cards again. That means you're going to have to forget what you memorized, memorize the order all over again. And even, because, I mean, think about it for a second. Let's say even a single shuffle, they're going to shuffle several times, but even this one shuffle changes the position of every single card in the deck, obviously. And even memorizing the order of the deck of cards again is not the really hard part. The really hard part is forgetting the old order when you memorize the new order so that you don't get the two confused. In other words, for example, earlier I had asked you to name any card you wanted in this deck. Oh, I should warn you. When you memorize the deck the second time, it really is time-consuming this time. It's far more time-consuming than the first time. I'm going to do it because I want to prove to you it really can be done. But this time I have to seriously ask your indulgence. It's going to take a little bit of time. I apologize in advance, but I have to do it. Done. Okay, now, you remember Laura named a card. When I asked you to name any card in this deck, what was the card that you named?
Nine of diamonds.
No, it was the Nine of Hearts, I believe. Wasn't it the Nine of Hearts? I remember 52. She can't remember one. Believe me, it would have worked if you'd said Nine of Diamonds, but I'm pretty sure it was the Nine of Hearts, right? The Nine of Hearts, which was 20... No, don't tell me. I'm trying... No, it was 20-something. That's all that matters. The Nine of Hearts, which, as it happens, it was in the middle of the deck, 20-something, and I have to forget that and remember that the Nine of Hearts is now on top of the deck right over here. Very different. Do you know that it just occurred to me there might be some people here who think all I did was to memorize the new position of the Nine of Hearts? No, no, no. I memorized the new position of every single card in this entire deck. I'll prove it to you. I'm going to ask you in a moment, Janelle, to name any card in the deck. Again, I want Janelle to think it over carefully. You can change your mind if you wish, but eventually settle on one card.
Okay.
Have you settled on a card?
Yes.
Okay, what card do you want?
7 of diamonds.
The 7 of diamonds, which is now 14th from the top of the deck. Would you remember that? Okay. 14th from the top of the deck?
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, the card that is directly above it is the 3 of Hearts. Would you remember that the card that is now directly above her card is the 3 of Hearts? Would you remember that?
Sure.
And as a matter of fact, the card directly below it is the 6 of Clubs. Would you remember that the card directly below her card is the 6 of Clubs? Okay, but your card, I said, was what? Was where?
14 down.
Okay, I want you to pick up the deck of cards and count 14 cards in a face-down pile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the 14th card. Deal it face down right here, face down. Now, what card did I say was directly above Janelle's card?
3 of Hearts.
The 3 of Hearts, and you can see that the 3 of Hearts is the card directly above Janelle's card. What card did I say was directly below Janelle's card?
6 of clubs.
The 6 of Clubs, and you can see that the 6 of Clubs is the card directly below Janelle's card. But when I asked you to name any card in the entire deck, what card did you name?
The 7 of diamonds.
See, she could remember. The 7 of diamonds, out of any 52 that you wanted. You said the 7 of diamonds, and I said it was 14 from the top of the deck, and it is 14 from the top of the deck. I want to thank you all very much. I'm going to give you this deck of cards as a little souvenir. Thanks a lot for helping me.